Tammy here, and I just wanted to show you a couple ideas of what you can do when you have some extra royal icing after you've decorated your cookies. I always have extras, and it doesn't really go bad, so you could save it for if you're gonna do more cookies, if you have some slice and bakes in the fridge that you wanna throw some icing on, or you can make something called royal icing transfers. So that's what I'm gonna be showing you today. For royal icing transfers, you can do any shape really. You wanna make sure that there's nothing with really tiny parts like if you're gonna do stars, sometimes those edges can get a little too small and then they're very delicate. So today I've picked hearts, Easter eggs, and fish. I just typed in Google, I typed in heart, clip art, egg, clip art, fish, clip art, and then I just copy and paste it to a document and print it out. So once you have the images that you want to print, these are about an inch big. So really you want to keep it small because when it gets too big, they'll take forever to dry and then they're even more delicate. So once you have your images printed out, you are going to tape it down. I like to tape it to the back of a cookie sheet. And then you're going to tape down a piece of wax paper on top. Now, if you don't have wax paper, you can use parchment paper. Parchment paper is just gonna pick up a little bit of the moisture. So the bottom of it, the underneath part of your transfer will end up being a little bit squiggly, which most times is fine. But if you wanted it to have a nice flat back, then you wanna use wax paper. Sometimes I use parchment paper if I want them to dry quicker because I can put parchment paper on the lowest setting in my oven to help the drying process. But when it's on wax paper, we're gonna make our designs and then we're gonna let it sit for 24 hours. And then you'll have these little transfers, which they're either candy, you can just eat them, or you can save them for another cookie you're gonna do. So I have some hearts and I have some extra pink icing. So really, it's just tracing. Take it, just go around, and it's really just like decorating your cookies. You can take your toothpick or scribe is what I have, kind of move it around to where you want it. If your icing has been sitting for a while, you're going to pinch the top and then kind of massage your bag back together so that the water gets back in with the icing and the color. Because if you have spots that are a little too watery, those ones aren't gonna dry as quick and they're gonna be delicate. So you just keep going. And you would let these sit. I like to put a little rotating fan on them as they sit overnight. And usually in the morning, sometimes they're ready to pop off. If they pop off easily, then you know they're ready. So here I'm gonna just show you the Easter egg. So these would be cute if you're gonna do like maybe a little bunny. You could use the eggs as his ears. Or you could, if you're gonna do a basket cookie, you could fill it with your eggs. Then I'm just gonna take and put some polka dots in my egg. All right, and we have a fish. And then for the fish, what you're gonna do is just do the body for now. I would wait a little bit, and then when it dries more, you can go back and add a dot for the eye. Okay, you can do all different colors for the fish. Do another egg. See if we can get some zigzags. So whenever I have extra icing, this is usually how I use it up. If I have black and white, sometimes I'm just making eyeballs so that they're ready for when I'm doing a character. If I have thick icing left, I'll usually make flowers. Okay, so once these sit and dry, you'll be able to pop them off, and then you're all set. See, like here's a box of just different ones I have. I have flowers, I have white ones I would use for eyeballs and black ones. Okay, so if you have any extra icing, here's a fun way to use it up. Have fun.